Hello everybody, it's your boy Proftrof and we're back with another animal video. This is animal facts we should have left in 2024 by Casual Geographic. Let's check it out, y'all.
Water crocodiles in Indonesia have apparently learned how to pretend to be drowning to lure humans in who they view.
First off, I'm pretty sure crocodiles are dumb as shit. Like actual brain, like 1 IQ jumping into 2 IQ. Stupid. I don't think they learn anything.
As prey.
And second off, I can't swim, so if you're actually drowning, good luck, brother. Emotional
I'm going to
support.
call this animal facts we should have left in 2024, because after this, I will not be speaking on this anymore. So this video went viral for obvious reasons. I really thought it was a joke, but from the comments and the sheer volume of people that tagged me, I guess not. So yeah, they're not pretending to drown.
What are they doing?
But the truth might actually be worse. You see these tiny dots, these pits on the crocodile? Well, they're pressure sensors, and a microdose trypophobia means a prehistoric sawtooth sledgehammer can detect the smallest vibrations in the water. A butterfly can go skinny dipping, and the oversized assault gecko can pinpoint its exact location. In fact, it's scientifically proven. You could blindfold a crocodile in a sensory deprivation tank and drip a leaky faucet's worth of water. They'll know exactly where it's coming from. Their jaws are more sensitive than fingertips, and it's why you can get away with this until a drop of sweat hits their mouth and you get your melon split like Fruit Ninja. It's also why you see this be wary. That's a pre-typed obituary. In especially murky water, a crocodile will basically T-pose with a side of spirit fingers to maximize their sensitivity to any disturbances, and any fish in its hitbox gets filleted. So yeah, you got a plus-size sentient snare trap beast breathing like a Nosuke, but this armored demon's the only one slaying.
Why is it
could be what's happening here. Or maybe the croc caught a body and just won't let go. Or he could just be dead, but definitely not pretending to drown. I mean, that would imply that someone witnessed the same living plot armor that disregarded 2 extinctions in water and tried to be a hero, and apparently did it enough time for the crocs to catch on. And it's not like crocs are stupid. Mugger crocodiles have been recorded using twigs and sticks to bait nest-building birds like egrets into getting close enough to get fouled. Some Cuban crocs have been trained to respond to commands and even come running when called by name. Oh yeah, they can run.
Wait, since when can they run? What the shit?
Crocodiles have also been known to work as a team, where a researcher witnessed one scare a pig into a lagoon directly where 2 others were waiting. Hell, they even warn you in Australia to never camp or get water from the same place more than twice, because a croc will really recognize the pattern, memorize your routine, and then be right there to cancel your life subscription the next time.
Shit.
So yeah, for a brain in the weight class of a walnut, crocs aren't dumb, but sympathy baiting? That's a Bikram yoga stretch, and what surprised me the most was just how many articles reposted that video repeating it. Like, they really have people out here thinking reptiles unlock the power of manipulation. Now, to be fair, that might seem obvious to you, but to someone who doesn't yap about animals for a living, or, you know, watch them, seeing it in an article could be all it takes, and like a verbal virus, it doesn't take much for it to spread. So, for the sake of my mental health, I'm working with ground news.
That motherfucker runs like a special ed student.
Because if I have to argue with one
Can I make that joke?
Something, my mind, my fans, my freedom, it might get critical. Ground News is an app and website made by a former NASA engineer who saw a very real problem with the way information can be used as a weapon and how news outlets often feed on folks' bias. I'll just tell you, they're not pretending to drown. They're smart, they're not that smart. Like I said,
thought they were dumb as shit. I apologize, crocodiles.
A wild predator has the same
guys
process as a person.
Have like
That's exactly how you get this. You know, to this day,
they show their babies when they are in danger to make the enemy feel mercy. Maybe they throw the babies at the enemy, cause then the enemy is like, hey, yo, that's fucked up. Yoink the baby, eat the baby, and then leave the altar.
We're talking
you
about
can make
otters.
babies.
They're not exactly the emblem
you can't
of
make me.
Male
right?
sea otters will literally kidnap a pup while their mom's out hunting and hold it hostage until she gives up the groceries. Otters don't mercy farm. You know, if nature's taught us anything, it's that a felony ferret's more likely to throw its child into the abyss than ever try something. Like,
wait, why is the mother and why does she have good
ferret's more likely to throw
shooting
its child
form? That is good for her, bro.
The abyss.
Why is it smiling?
Ever try something like
the
this?
Baby's smiling.
I mean, just imagine a sea otter trying to emotionally guilt trip a giant apex dolphin. That's another thing. Everyone calls them killer whales, but orcas are bully dolphins on steroids, whose original handle was whale killer. Yeah, you probably heard me say this many times. Well, I was wrong, technically.
You were?
Let me explain. But it will get complicated, so I'm gonna need you to lock in.
Oh shit.
After this ad,
I have to use braid.
So cetaceans are basically mammals that stole the fish's entire flow, not from fusing or merging, but from the evolution that's converging. There's 2 types of cetaceans: baleen whales, you know, the toothbrush bristles for teeth type, and toothed whales.
Okay.
For obvious reasons.
They have teeth.
Now here's where it gets complicated. The toothed whale family reunion is massive. You got everything from your flipper paralysis demon, the false killer whale, to the virtually extinct vaquita. There's
Oh,
10
that's
families
cute.
of toothed whales, and within these 10, there's a superfamily with 6 of them called
Superfamily.
Delphinoidea. Superfamily Delphinoidea is where you have your
Oh,
oceanic
I saw the
dolphins,
orcas.
porpoises, along with narwhals
Aw.
and belugas, because they're related for some reason. Cue the narluga. Also, notice I said oceanic dolphins. The dolphins that live in rivers are in a completely different party. But anyway, superfamily Delphinoidea is where you find the dolphins that, let's be real, are the ones you think of when you hear the word dolphin. And the biggest type of ocean dolphin is the one that can slapbox a seal into orbit. So
Damn.
to recap, any mammal that looks like this is a cetacean. Every cetacean with teeth is a toothed whale. A dolphin in the ocean is a toothed whale in the Delphinoidea family. And the biggest member of Delphinoidea is an orca. So long story short, killer whales are dolphins. Every dolphin is a toothed whale, but
Bro,
not every
okay, first off, why would you go into the ocean and swim with killer whales? Killer whales. Then it's in the fucking name, brother. Killer. It kills. Okay, and you swimming with it. You ain't gonna be swimming for long.
toothed
That's
whale
for
is
sure.
a dolphin. But every toothed whale is a cetacean.
No ass having
It's kind of like how
motherfucker.
every tortoise is a turtle, but not every turtle is a tortoise. So to answer, are orcas whales or dolphins? Yes, they are. By the way, let me know if you want a full video on that, because that was probably mad
Okay.
confusing. Because being
Yes,
an
it
animal
was.
nerd long enough is
It still
realizing
is.
names really don't mean a thing. Except here, Black Panther is not an animal. You might be tired of hearing it. Well, I'm tired of saying it. And when I say not an animal, I mean, if you go to a zoo and try to find the exhibit that says Black Panther, you
Yeah,
won't find it.
it's,
'Cause it's not even a name more than
What was it? Mutation or something
description. It's a
in the
panther
color.
that's black. And remember, panther is just any cat in the Panthera genus. So any lion, tiger, jaguar, leopard, or snow leopard in
Is a
black
panther?
could be a black panther. But because the mutation
Wait, is
that
there
causes
black
it is
lion?
dominant in jaguars but recessive in leopards, most black panthers are just jaguars with 10% tint. But black panther itself isn't an actual animal. That'd be like if we called every black wolf, fox, or coyote a black canine, but then acted like black canine was its own thing. It's not real. And you know
It's
what
about
else?
to be black
Alpha wolves are not
roadkill.
real, I swear to God. Actually, they are. They
What?
are real, but only when you put a bunch of wolves that don't know each other in a zoo and they have to figure out stuff on their own. That's actually what happened. In the 1930s, Rudolf Schenkel studied wolves in a zoo,
Rudolf
and after
Schenkel.
watching more fights in Face in a telenovela, he just figured that wolves determine group politics by tearing each other apart. Biologist David Mech built off his work and came up with the term alpha wolf. What they didn't realize was that the wolves were fighting over resources, not rank, and by putting a bunch of randoms in one place, they basically created real house wolves of Switzerland. In
Damn.
real life, a wolf pack is usually just 2 parents and a bunch of their kids. What folks kept calling the alpha wolf whole time was just
Bro,
their
those things
father.
are so
Now,
cute.
because I've done this before, I know someone's gonna comment.
Look at
well,
them.
if they're the lead wolf, they're still the alpha. The problem is, the whole alpha thing implies that the lead wolves got there by beating the others like a Cherokee drum. Really, it's just seniority. Also, another thing I never thought about until right now is once the kids get to about 1 or 2 years old, they dip and try to form their own pack. In a zoo, you often
Damn.
get the same adult wolves around each other constantly, and like any reality show, eventually that leads
They
to
fight?
tension that wouldn't be there in a normal pack. So normally, you wouldn't see any alpha wolves in the wild, and the same guy that came up with that would spend the rest of his career trying to take it back. And just as a final middle finger to anyone that still wants to argue, when the term alpha male was
Bro,
first
look
used
at these 2 little motherfuckers. They're so cute.
academically in
I had to pause for
1921,
that.
it was by zoologist Thorleif Sheldrup Ebbe, and he was
Okay.
referring to, I'm not even kidding.
Cocks?
He was talking about the hierarchy where lower status poultry will get pecked on by higher ranks. That's literally where pecking
Damn.
order came from. So the next time a man tries you with that alpha
Okay,
male
when I was little, we had a cock and some chickens. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you know this, but cocks and chickens are assholes. Like, they're fucking assholes. I hated these motherfuckers.
just know he's taking cues from a temperamental chicken nugget. Also, chickens are confirmed psychopaths. If one chicken starts bleeding, the whole flock will jump in and peck it to death.
Wait,
I think the
what?
worst thing is that people took the alpha
What?
dog thing and got convinced that's how you make your actual dog respect you. Caesar Milan has done an absolute masterclass of misinformation
Who's
on
this
the dog
motherfucker?
community. You really got folks thinking you gotta flex on an 80-pound pit bull to keep him in line.
What?
Imagine trying to play alpha with Cujo
Yo.
or creatine. We've gotten a lot wrong about dogs, and probably the worst thing, that a tail wagging means happy. That fact alone has
Wait.
probably gotten
Isn't that for cats? Wait, what?
more people bit than anything. Basically, a tail wag means excitement.
I've never been
Excitement can
bit
mean
by a
seeing
dog, I
that
don't
person
think.
come home, or it can mean fear, anxiety, or the last warning before they put a canine-sized hole in your hand. And the faster the tail, the more excited Fido is.
God
the question
damn.
is what kind? Well, science says a tail favoring the right means the vibes are good, but a tail leaning left could mean stress.
What does that
best to
mean? The
be
tail is
left.
it's
Alone
it's
that-
going left and right. How would you know if it's what? Which scientist did this? Give me name.
This is a lot more complicated than I just made it sound.
Okay,
Long
where
story
is that?
short, a tail
Where is that
wag
one
like
leaning?
A smile. A smile can
Okay,
mean
technically I
someone's
saw
happiness
the
to you, or
right
maybe you
leaning.
think you're
Fuck.
cute, or that waitress is just doing her job
God
and doesn't want to
damn.
get hit on at work.
What?
Long story short, if you expect your dog to learn how to parlay people, then the least you can do is talk tail. Oh, another dog thing that's been bothering me for years is that Chihuahuas are the spawn of Shaitan. Now,
Ugliest dog in the universe. Okay, that's a lie. There's uglier dogs than that, but I can't name one off the top of my head.
I get the little dog thing. I've been personally victimized
hate
by
little
many
dogs.
an ankle biter. But with dogs, there's usually a why. You just gotta look deep enough. Huskies are known for being donkey stubborn toddlers on four.
Come inside.
They have so much energy.
But Huskies were also bred as sled dogs, and not only
Yeah.
would they have to be independent and make decisions in a dangerous work environment, sometimes they'd have to be willing to go against orders if those orders went against their better judgment. It's actually called intelligent disobedience, and for football fans, it's basically an audible. It's pretty important, because, you know, if Russell Wilson had it, maybe he would have ran the ball! Beagles are basically walking instruments, but they were bred to
What?
hunt rabbits in thick brush.
Hey, those
In that
dogs are
same
cute as
vein,
shit.
keeping you up at 2 a.m. Here's how they communicate with hunters. So why are Chihuahuas like
Yeah, you
that?
better.
You know,
Damn,
I
it's
don't
kinda
even think it's
fast
a
though.
Chihuahua thing more than a little dog thing. But I have my theories. A lot of times,
Yeah,
Chihuahuas
okay,
don't get
first
social.
off, what the hell is a Chihuahua bred for? Like, okay, let's be honest. This dog loses to rat 1v1, straight up. Let's be honest. What was it bred for?
With other dogs early on. So the first
I
time
don't
they
know,
see a
to
big
annoy
dog,
me,
which
every
like
time it
any
sees
dog
me.
to them is a big dog. It probably scares the daylights out of them. Also, I think a bigger thing is owners be letting a lot of bad habits slide just because they're travel size. So eventually it escalates. Let it be a Doberman and suddenly they'll know discipline. Actually, that's my biggest thing. A lot of owners won't correct bad behavior when it comes from a Chihuahuano. In fact, I've seen a lot of y'all encourage it. I've always said if a Rottweiler acted like a Chihuahua for a day,
I had a Rottweiler and I raised a Rottweiler. It was the best Rottweiler in the world. It didn't bite anybody, okay? So I don't know what people say about aggressive dogs, but hey,
he'd be dead by
maybe I'm
dinner.
good.
Also, often what
Just
looks
saying.
like aggression might
Plus, it
just
was
be
adorable
fear.
as
And
shit.
if your dog tells you he's afraid and you don't listen because you think it's cute, but that's how you end up with the dog version of dating.
Disgusting.
Size might be part of it too, but it probably has less to do with
Disgusting.
it than people think. Long story short, if I see a kid wilding in Walmart, I'm gonna look at the
Disgusting.
parents. And likewise, I'm gonna blame the dog owner before I blame the dog. No clever transition, but another thing I've heard is that male lions don't hunt, or better yet, that male lions are lazy.
Yeah,
and I can
yeah,
tell you
people say
exactly
that a
where
lot.
it came from. You see, lionesses use the power of friendship to run down prey in
power
open
of
areas.
friendship.
It's pretty hard
By
to
the way,
miss.
that's a hippo.
Lions are bigger,
That's scary.
bulkier, and with a whole afro equipped, they had to switch up the playbook. So instead, male lions ambush prey by camping out in dense
Buffalo.
brush. Research shows that male lions pack up prey as frequently as females. It's just that in the olden days, you probably never see it. Also, before male lions even get a pride, they're in their nomad arc. Oh, they be lying on the ground permanently if they didn't hunt. Now, to be fair, male lions do stop hunting as much when they're in a pride, but not completely. They'll often get involved to bring down bigger, riskier prey like buffalo that lionesses might struggle with. Basically, the
Rest in
lionesses
peace,
run them
Spine.
down, and the main mercenary delivers the final blow. Now, they do only get involved about
Damn,
10%
almost
of the
got a
time,
harem
but it's
there.
not because they're lazy. They just have a different job description. Male lions patrol the pride lands, mark their territory, and as you know, they gotta run the ones with any outsider trying to take his place. What you might not realize is, as good at hunting lionesses are, in some studies they got up to half their kills stolen by hyenas, or even other males. Having a nearly 500-pound equalizer on their side helps them keep what they catch. It's not lazy, it's just that lions and lionesses help cover each other's weaknesses perfectly, and clearly it works. They're
Balance
the
of
most
nature.
notorious and feared pack predators in Africa.
Wait, there's 2 lions there.
Or maybe second, because there's one predator that animals fear
2025? Maybe one's a she.
even more than Mufasa and friends, and you'll never
never
get
know.
it's us. It's us. You might remember that an experiment showed that almost every animal from giraffes
Wait,
to
did I see
antelope
giraffe cook?
to even leopards and hyenas were unanimously more afraid of the sound of humans than the cadence of a giant carnivorous cat.
Damn.
So to this day, I still don't understand how this went viral. Or at least I didn't, because not only did
Elephant brain react to humans the same way that human brain reacts to puppies. They think we are cute. Do they? But do they?
find out where it came from, I think I was wrong, kind of, technically. Let me explain. So in 2017, college student Julia Haas posted a tweet saying elephants basically see us the same way we see puppies. Now ignoring the part of the population that's terrified of dogs, the fact loses steam when you realize she got it from Tumblr. It's more likely that one of the smartest
Bitch.
creatures alive see us as predators, but not their babies. Remember, it's proven that baby elephants that play the most
Baby dumb.
grow up into more well-adjusted adults. That's
Oh.
why you'll see a baby-faced boulder chase around birds, dogs, and anything in between. So here's what I think happened. Baby elephants will treat humans like any other animal. Difference is, humans might be the only animal that'll see an 1,800-pound toddler barreling towards them and welcome it. In fact, the premature pachyderms probably...
Yeah, we are dumb as shit. Like, we think everything is cute when it's small. Let's be honest. We think everything is good when it's small. So, a decent part of the population thinks it's cute and thinks it also they have the capabilities to pet it. And then they die. Okay? Listen, give me the statistics. I can't talk today. What the hell is going on? Statistics on people trying to pet an elephant that died. I bet there's a lot of them. A lot of them. What is going on?
Realize that a hairless bipedal ape gives them the best response.
I don't know what's going on.
So it's not really that elephants think we're cute. It's that baby elephants think everything's cute. Us included.
Like, look at this motherfucker. That guy died.
Of 1-ton 2-year-olds
Listen,
people
we are laughing. We think it's cute. She died.
Came from, and I wouldn't
after
even
this
believe
video
that if I didn't nearly become
he
one of them.
Died.
Yeah, I went all the way to Chiang Mai to get bullied by an elephant.
That guy in the back, he died.
And I do it again.
I don't know if they died.
A video where I talk about it, along with why playing with one could be a bad time for literally everyone involved. You might not have seen it because apparently the YouTube lords did not care for that video. Probably because I talked about certain topics.
Hey, yo.
If you know, you know. But if you don't, definitely give it a watch. I don't usually plug after I post, but I'm proud of that one. But that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you drink water, hug your mother, touch
hand,
grass. It's good.
Everybody died that touched the elephant, okay? Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.